Hi guys, I recently installed a belt tensioner with Simfeedback, and I experienced crashed the desktops in iRacing after some time of racing. I'm not totally sure it's connected with this, but this was one of the latest changes in my system. In order to track down the problem, I basically unplugged everything there is. There are usually a huge list of devices, and only have connected the pedals, the steering wheel and the wheelbase directly to the mainboard, as well as the Arduino controller and Simfeedback, all of them directly connected to the mainboard. Now the BU0836A interface is the interface of the steering wheel. Now it's up and running and working. When I start Simfeedback, the interface of the steering wheel disappears, and obviously the steering wheel stops working. When I stop Simfeedback, it's disconnecting from the controller. Eventually the steering wheel is showing up again and starts working again. The steering wheel now is connected to a USB 3 port directly at the mainboard. Normally there's a huge USB 3 hub connected to that, and a lot of different devices. At the moment I narrowed down all the devices and just plugged in the steering wheel, but there's obviously a problem when I start Simfeedback that anything connected to this USB 3 port at the mainboard is experience an issue. That's true for the second USB 3 port next to it as well. If I use a completely different USB 2 port on the mainboard, this is not happening. So when I start Simfeedback here, something is going on with those two USB 3 ports on the mainboard. And since normally there is a huge USB port, USB hub connected with a bunch of stuff, I'm worried that this is causing unexpected problems. So the question is, why is this affecting anything on a different USB port? Um, yeah, because this by itself is working fine. The only thing, speaking of this, is that I don't really understand the table or the settings, the configuration of the belt tensioner. This looks off proportion to me, and I cannot change this value because it's off the table here. If somebody can give me advice how I can configure this belt tensioner in a better way, I'm completely new to this, so I have no idea. Maybe you can help me. But the bigger problem is why the USB 3 ports are having an issue when I start Simfeedback. Hopefully you can help me with that.